Alright guys, welcome back to Clash with Chris. Today we are going to be talking about the easiest and best deck to get to 12,000 trophies with. So this is just a very basic recruits deck. Actually you use it like this, but this is a very basic recruits deck with the evolution recruits and evolution piggies. You can get this deck really on early in your gameplay and you can upgrade it and honestly push very high ladder even to ultimate champion and to like top 2000 with this deck, and it is super easy to play and super consistent. Today we are going to be hopping on to trophies. I haven't played trophies in a while, have been really just trying to play a lot of ladder right now. We are sitting around like top 2000 in the world on ladder, but I do want to push up on trophies a little bit. Great thing about this deck is it does have cage, so whenever you're at max elixir in the beginning especially, you can kind of just place your cage down and chill. And you're going to see here, I'm going to split my zappies like that. I always like to go 2 zappies on the lane that the brawler's not going to go down, and then I'm just going to recruits the bridge. He goes early Tesla, but we already have a really strong push on him, and we have the elixir advantage from that log that he placed, and just like dead time that was not used up. He is going to knight, so he just used all of his elixir, so we could just go free with a pigs here. And he just tornadoed. He's playing Expo Rocket. He already lost. Losing a tower in this matchup is an automatic loss. He doesn't have enough for Rocket, and that is game number 1 pretty much. I do think he's just going to give up. But again, that just showcases the power of this deck, and especially just, you know, splitting down both lanes. It is very, very easy to take wins. And I can tell you guys right now that this guy is almost definitely playing Expo, and I will even show you. He is playing Expo. Perfect. Yep, Expo Tornado Rocket. Boom. We are going to hop into the next game here, and we are going to see who our next matchup is. You know, another thing is, like, with these Trophy Road games, is there is no level cap, obviously, so obviously levels are going to be important, but like I said, this deck works just as well if you were to play, you know, on Ultimate Champion, or, you know, right now the cap there is only level 15, so it is a good deck to try out. I am just going to arrows here. I think we are against a Hog Rider deck. Another good move for this deck is just splitting Zappies down the back. He is going to go in with his Mighty Miner. I'm just going to recruits the back here. I have Cage in my hand, so if he goes Hog down one lane, we could just Cage. He doesn't have Firecracker yet. Let's see what he does here. So he is going to go Hog, just like we said he would. We're just going to go in with our Cage, and then he is going to Mighty Miner ability. I think this is a good opportunity to split our pigs down the lane here. Pigs will get in front of that, those recruits on the right side there, and the brawler is still alive. And the great thing about the brawler is he just one-shots like so many different things, and he does so much damage. As you guys can see there, the firecracker actually goes onto the recruit on the right, and we are able to just destroy that right tower there. We are going to place our goblin, or not our goblin barrel, our barbarian barrel just like that, and we are going to place down our zappies. Let's see if he goes in with ability. He's not going to. We do have our king tower up, which is huge in this matchup, so even just with a flying air machine, we are able to take his hog out with only getting 1 hit on our tower. He does bar barrel for the flying air machine. He's actually not running log. Usually you see these hog rider decks with a log in it, so he is going to place down his e-spirit. He really didn't need his e-spirit there, but that's perfectly fine. We are in a pretty demanding matchup stance right now. We are just going to go Cage on the side that he has more damage on. That way, if we were to go Hog, you know, we'll go to the Cage. We know he is running Earthquake as well, and he does have that Evolution Firecracker in hand, so I just have to be a little bit careful with that. He probably is going to go for it, so I'm just going to have my arrows ready. There it is. We're just going to arrow that immediately. It's not going to even get a single shot off, which is amazing. We are going to split our pigs down the middle again here. We're actually going to fireball his cannon. So 2 piggies are still, and we actually hit his Mighty Miner with that fireball. That's crazy value. Piggies were still alive on that left tower, just barely. He's going to have to go for another cannon, and he even goes down with an E-Spirit as well. He is really struggling with these split lane pushes right now. We are just going to go with a very high Cage here. We know he is running Fireball. We're just going to go with our recruits in front of this air machine and brawler, and we're going to arrows his Firecracker yet again. Flying Air Machine still standing strong. We're going to go with some Evo Piggies at the bridge. Our Flying Air Machine does get a hit on the tower, but one Piggy does slip away and actually takes his left tower. Again, guys, that was just a super easy game. I barely am having to try in these matchups. You know, this deck is just so powerful against any deck. You could beat any deck with this game. with this deck. It's very, very easy. But let's just go straight into the next one. And like I said, you could pretty much unlock all these cards very early on. There's no champions. Is there even like a legendary in this deck? I don't think there's even a legendary in this deck. Like, it is very, very easy to upgrade, and it is super strong. I think you can get like all these cards at like even like 2,000 or 3,000 trophies. You unlock like all these cards, so it's super easy to obtain, and honestly pretty easy to upgrade. You do have, you know, a lot of rares in this deck, but honestly the cards like recruits are common, so it's a lot easier to, you know, level up. We are against a Royal Chef player here, so I think we are probably playing against a Golem deck. He does go in with an Electro Dragon. We probably are playing against E-Golem or just regular Golem. Alright, so it is E-Golem. We are just going to Fireball that because his Battle Healer will die there. And Flying Air Machine will lock onto his Electro Dragon, and we are able to take that out pretty quick. So pretty good start to this game. We're going to get really good Flying Air Machine damage here. He actually doesn't have a level 16 Royal Chef, which is good for us. He is just going to go E-Barbs in the back. We're just going to split recruits 4 on one side. And he's going to go in with a Inferno Dragon. Very, very weird. We're just going to Bar Barrel, and then we're actually just going to go with Zappies, and his whole push is just going to be dead. He even used a Rage Spell, and his left side, even with 2 recruits, his left side is at 3,500. His left side is going to take a lot of damage here, and even his right side is going to be gone. Yeah, his right side's gone, and look at his left tower. It was at 3,500. 2 recruits got it down to 998 health. 2 recruits did 2,500 damage to his tower. That just tells you right there how strong recruits are right now. He does have his Evo Electro Dragon down. He is going to go in with an Elixir Golem. I am just going to Fireball now. I waited for him to place his Battle Healer so he couldn't heal up the Evo Electro Dragon. He is probably going to take my tower here. That's perfectly okay. He did have a big charge up on that dragon, but we actually are able to perfectly defend that, so that worked out fine. We're just going to go with some piggies, and we're going to actually Fireball arrows his Electro Dragon. The biggest problem in his deck is that Electro Dragon, so we just want to take it out immediately. He is going to go for E-Barb's Rage, but honestly our Flying Air Machine's on the tower with 2 piggies, so I think that's just good game. And we do take game number 3. So again, you guys could just see we are pushing up really quick. I haven't played trophies in a while, but you could just see the power of this deck and how easy it is to play. So going into the next game here. Alright, so we do start with our Cage in our hand. I like starting with Cage in hand because you could honestly just play it, and if they give you that Elixir advantage, you are in a very good spot. So he does go Magic Archer in the back, which probably means we're playing against a Minor Wall Breaker or we are playing against a P.E.K.K.A player. So Ghost tells me that it is P.E.K.K.A, so we're just going to go like that with our Barbarian Barrel, and we're going to go in like that. And hopefully those Zappies... Alright, Zappies are going to actually get on the Ram Rider. That's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Now we want to hope that, you know, we get a shot. Alright, we don't get a shot on that Magic Archer, which is kind of unfortunate. I was hoping for 1 shot. He does go with his Bandit. He doesn't have Ghost and Cycle, so I think we are good to go with for a Pigs here. He is probably... Alright, so he's running Mega Knight. Interesting. So Mega Knight, guys, is one card that you will see this deck struggle against. Especially, you know, if early on you can't really get a lot of damage, it's very hard to deal with a Mega Knight player. Cage does perfectly defend Mega Knight here, so we are chilling. We're going to actually go in with the recruits to cycle to our evolution and maybe make something happen. Our Brawler is alive at 1 HP, but he is going to die to a Magic Archer shot there. He is going to snowball our right side. We are going to get some good poke damage there. We're just going to go in with a Barbarian Barrel on that like that. And we're going to go in with Zappies again. Zappies are a great counter to the Ram Rider. So we are going to be chilling. No hits there. Hopefully that Magic Archer doesn't get a good lineup, but I think he is. Wow, he's not. Okay, perfect. And we actually are going to be able to take him out there. So that's honestly great. I will take it. Alright, so if I had to guess, he's probably playing Evo Ghost and Evo Mega Knight, in which case he has both of his evolutions in cycle right now. I'm going to go Pigs like that to get that Bandit over to the other side. Bandit's going to dash back, actually, which is perfect. So we have a little bit more time to just prepare for this next push, and surprisingly he is going to be playing Inferno Tower in a Mega Knight deck. You don't really see that a lot, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, I play this game a lot. you don't see Inferno Tower in these kind of decks. So he is going to go in with his Evo Ghost again. We knew he was playing Evo Ghost. We are going to do really, really good damage with our Brawler there, which is great. And we're actually just going to go in with some recruits behind this. So he is going to get a Ram Rider hit, which is going to stink, but that's perfectly okay. We're actually just going to go straight in with Evo Piggies on the left side here. I don't think he's going to have enough to commit to a Mega Knight immediately. We are just going to Fireball that Magic Archer, and look how much damage those Evo Pigs did. We just took his tower with just Evo Pigs. And that's one thing that you have to do when you're playing against a Mega Knight deck. You really just have to try to capitalize on when you have the Elixir advantage. We are just going to go in with a Cage Down in case you were to go Ram Rider. Just split down our Zappies like that, and then just go in with some Bar Barrel and arrows. And that is going to be game number 4 in a row. Quick and easy. You know, you can see, you know, I'm not really struggling with any of these matchups. This deck is super, super consistent. And let's just go straight into game number 5 here. So we are up pretty high now. We're playing against someone with like 50 more trophies than us, so this will be a pretty good win. Hopefully we could end the video on a positive note. We are just going to Bar Barrel that. We might be playing against like a spam deck. I think that is honestly what we usually see. So he does go in with Bats. He might be playing Miner. Okay, no Miner. He does have Mini P.E.K.K.A. Okay, interesting. Mini P.E.K.K.A, Zap, Bats, and Skeleton Army. I think we might be playing against Sparky, if I had to guess. We are just going to go recruits down like that. You know, the thing is that stinks about Sparky is you really honestly do want your recruits in your hand to defend the Sparky. So he does go in with his Sparky. Again, we kind of already knew that he was going to be playing that. Those recruits on the left, though, are still going to do really, really good damage to him. Alright, so let's just go in with our Flying Air Machine just like that. And let's just see what he plays. Alright, so he does go Skarmy like that. We're just going to go Zappies in the middle. And he's going to go Evo Giant up high. What we're going to do here is actually, we're going to go like that. And then we're going to actually try to arrows and keep that Flying Air Machine alive. Unfortunately, we aren't able to, and he is going to pop his ability. And we're just going to Bar Barrel, I think, like that. He is going to get really good damage with that Sparky. And I don't think that Mini P.E.K.K.A on the right will get a hit. So we are still in a very fine position right now. We do have our Evo recruits in our hand for the next defense. He doesn't have Mini P.E.K.K.A in hand, so I do think he would have to Sparky our next Pigs. I think we just wait for him to Sparky and we just go Pigs on the right. The issue is right now is he does have that Evo Skeleton Army in hand and we don't have our arrows. So I'm going to do that. He's not running Evo Skeleton Army. Interesting. Okay, we're just going to go in with a Fireball on that Minion Horde. And we're actually just going to go with a Flying Air Machine on the Skeleton Army. So honestly, we are down a little bit on Elixir. I think we're probably down 2 on Elixir compared to what he has right now. But that is perfectly okay. He is going to probably look to start building up a push here. He does go Evo Bats, so he uses his Evo Bats. That's probably not a good call on his end. I do think he should have saved that. He is going to go in with his Sparky on the right here. What we're actually going to do is we're going to go in on the left here. He uses a lot of Elixir there. So I'm in a comfortable spot to go with our Evo Piggies and just arrows his minions. He is going to be able to get his Sparky or his Skeleton Army down, which is perfectly okay. We are going to place our Evo recruits like that, and we're actually going to log the left there. He is going to go down with a big, big zap. Honestly, just looking to take his tower right now. And we're just going to go in with that like there. Oh, and that Sparky is able to take tower. That's super unfortunate. We're going to go in like that there. And I think we are going to be able to get a cage down. We should be able to take his tower as well. Sweet. We're going to go in the Bar Barrel here. He is going to use his ability, which does stink there again. We're going to Fireball like that, and we are going to be able to keep our tower barely. Alright, that's fine though. I still do think we could win this game. It's going to be really close. He does go in with his Bats in the middle, or his Minion Horde in the middle there. We are going to be able to place down like that, and we're going to be actually able to go like that up high. So we should be fine here, I think. Maybe. I do think it's going to be close on damage that we take. We're going to go in with some Hogs on the right side there, and we're going to go in with a pre-arrows. Perfect. We weren't able to get the arrows down perfectly there, but that's fine. We're going to do a lot of damage to him. We're just going to go with Zappies in the middle here, try and get a little bit of damage. He does let the Zappies go. Do the Zappies get it? The Zappies! Mini P.E.K.K.A in the center, and we do take the win. That was an awesome, awesome win. And I think we are going to end the video there. We do end up, look at those trophies, We end up being pretty close to 12,000. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Subscribe and leave a like, and have a good one. Peace out.